Hello Galactic family. You have now moved into the space and energy that you identify as your new year. In this year, you will need to pay attention as never before. Therefore, we have several pieces of advice that are now appropriate to pass on to you. We have, in the past, commented several times about your asking to bring it on. Friends, it is now about to be brought on. This year is going to be about change in such volumes that you will despair of ever being able to catch up. You will, of course. But a day of peace will be a treasure. You were told that the fall of last year would be the time when everything changed. It was. Everything has changed. Now is the time when it will become increasingly impossible to hide that fact from you. That impossibility has been growing for some time, and is actually a major part of a tidal wave of change that is about to impact you in ways you do not yet imagine. There are now several realities present upon your world. More accurately, you have within your consciousness many alternate realities to choose from and integrate into some lesser number of agreed-upon new realities. There will, of course, be a more general, overall consensus. But even at that, your world has split. And you are about to move rapidly into a world you have considered to be fictional fantasy. That is fine. You will deal with it as you will. But beyond that, we will advise you that your powers of discernment will be needed as never before. You will be bombarded daily with accounts, explanations, reasons, visions, and sounds that simply cannot all be considered to be true. It will be your purview to decide what is true in your world and what is not. Now, a new technology is what it is. But the stories behind what you see are only stories. Someone will have decided what you may know. They will have decided that you may know. And they will have decided what portion of truth you are to be told. Always realize that. Some may in fact have learned the facts and have taken it upon themselves to make sure you hear them. Be sure you know how to identify those people and that information. It may be that you are too busy taking care of yourselves and your families to worry very much about what we have just said. That is all right. Let the world become what it will become. The outcome of what we are discussing has already been decided by you. It is, in your three-dimensional perception, what you have come here to implement. You will now begin to notice more internal change than ever before. The numbers of you that are able to feel this are increasing exponentially. And each one is affecting all they come into contact with. Even those whom you would consider unaffected are actually changing. It will take conscious decision and great effort to remain in your old world. So, even though an individual may not be exactly what you would term a light worker, he or she will have changed from what they were years, months, or even weeks ago. Remember, each of you is in a differing state of progress, as well. How do you look at this new state of affairs? It will often appear to be total chaos. Well, in total chaos, total harmony is born. You came to participate in this birth. How will you participate? Will you complain? Will you contribute to a solution? Your contribution may seem small and local. But as we have often told you, nothing you do is really ever small nor local. Every change you make affects the whole. Resolve to make those changes that you can make. Those changes are why you are where you are. Consider whether any president, prime minister, or other mover and shaker would be able and in place to do what is there for you to do today. They are not. And they can only do what is front of them, as well. You may well consider that humanity is just a being doing its best, in spite of itself. And that requires your input. We can today promise you that the world you will see in 52 weeks will not resemble the world you are seeing today. As we used to love telling you, keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times.